Hey everybody, welcome back to the danebramageROCKS channel. All right, Eurovision is wrapped up and that was very, very exciting and I enjoyed it, the heck out of it. But I want to preface this by saying thank you to everybody. We attempted to go live on this channel during the live broadcast on YouTube, as you saw here. And I had about 600 or 700 of you try to jump on while we did it, but Eurovision and YouTube was having none of it with the copyrights. And I get it, you shouldn't be able to stream live when something else is streaming live because then you're literally taking away from their channel, stuff, but it's just the way it goes. But we gave it a shot anyway, and I had a handful of you jump on and see comments. We tried it, so I appreciate you guys so much for the support. I love it. Thank you so much for coming over. And as we know, jumping over to the Eurovision.com website, Bangarang won. And so right here, Dara wins for Vienna 2026 full Bulgaria. Congratulations to Bulgaria for achieving its first ever Eurovision victory. Read how all went down. We were going to get to that. So coming over to here, Bulgaria secures its first Eurovision win thanks to Bangarang by Dara. All of your votes cast through the evening have been counted and verified, and fans at Wiener, Stade, Thal, and Vienna and around the world held their collective breath as hosts Victoria and Michael represented us, the winner, with the Eurovision Song Contest 2026. It's Dara who triumphed for Bulgaria with Bangarang. In a monumental Eurovision result in the 70th contest, we saw Bulgaria score its first ever victory. Bulgaria returned with the Eurovision Song Contest for Vienna 2026 after taking some years off from competing, sitting out 3 contestants between 2023 and 2025, and the country will be glad it did return, coming back with a Bangarang. And that is true, because that was actually the first time I was able to react to a song from Bulgaria, because it was the first time since I had this channel that they were in the contest, and I'm glad I got it in this channel, and it was super phenomenal. Bulgaria won the contest with a point tally of 516. And we saw it at the very end where we had Israel was on top, and then they had Bulgaria, and then waiting for that popular vote to come through. And I think she got through over 300 points. Oh yeah, it's right down here. As is tradition, the Eurovision Song Contest scores were first awarded for the juries, followed by the dramatic reveal of the public televote. Bulgaria's Bangarang smashed the jury vote with a score of 204 points, and this was followed by a televote total of 312 points. The song ended up winning both sets of scores, which is the first time the juries and the public have chosen the same winner in almost 10 years, since Kyiv in 2017, which was phenomenal. But what did you guys think about that? I'm going to be honest, I was kind of shocked. I did not think that was going to be the winner, because I was kind of wondering, I thought France was going to win, just to be completely honest, because she had a phenomenal voice, a great song, and going off what we saw from last year with JJ, who obviously won for, in Vienna, and going off that same kind of like song style and voice, I swear France had it this year. And I thought, okay, she's going to win because she kind of had that same tone. But we completely went opposite direction and chose Bangarang as the winner. And I can't argue with it because it won jury and popular. So you know what? That was it. That was absolutely fantastic. We'll get to the thoughts later. Bangarang won the contest with a 173-point lead over the song in second place, which makes it the biggest winning margin we have ever seen at the Eurovision Song Contest, beating the 169 lead that Alexander Rybak's Fairy Tale won at Moscow in 2009. So she beat that score by 4 more points than Fairy Tale back in 2009. In second place was Israel with Michelle by Noam Baton, while third place we had another country that returned to Eurovision Song Contest 2026, Romania, represented by Alexander Rybak and the song Choke Me. Australia and Italy rounded out the top 5. Australia and Italy rounded out the top 5 in 4th place and 5th place respectively. So honestly, I'm very, very satisfied with that top 5 myself, as Choke Me was one of my absolute favorites, and I was hoping it was going to place very high, and it did. I did absolutely love the song Michelle as well from Israel. It was a gorgeous song, so I was not surprised, and I thought that was going to rank in the top 3 for sure, and it did. And then, but I'll be honest, I thought Australia stole the show. She absolutely crushed it. I mean, she looked like Celine Dion up there when you saw her just like, dancing on the stage, getting up on the piano and having that platform raised above it. She did absolutely phenomenal there. And I loved it. And then Italy coming up to round up the top 5. So it was fantastic. But there are the results. As everyone knows, Bulgaria first, Israel in second, Romania, Australia, Italy, Finland, Denmark, Moldova, Ukraine, and so on and so forth as we go all the way down. And there were some surprises in there that I thought I would have done better. Obviously, like I said, most notably is number 11, which was France, who I thought would have scored way, way higher than that. And Finland actually did a phenomenal job. 6th place I thought was phenomenal with her playing the violin. win. And then, you know, Croatia was a little bit of surprise for me because I also love that song. And this is all, you know, personal feelings and that aside. And poor UK once again in dead last. So sorry, Mom No Computer did not do very well on this contest. But Bulgaria at the Eurovision Song Contest. Bulgarian broadcaster BNT joined us for the first time at the 50th Eurovision Song Contest, Kyiv in 2005. The country's debut grand finale appearance would come 2 years later at Helsinki in 2007. Elitsa Todorova and Stoyan Yakulov made a great big splash with water, giving Bulgaria's impressive top 5 finish of the night. Bulgaria's best result before now happened on his return to Kyiv in 2017. Christian Kostov's beautiful mess finished in second place with a score of 615 points, currently the third highest of the Eurovision Song Contest 70-year history. Dara has the honor of becoming the very first Eurovision winner for Bulgaria on the 70th anniversary of the contest. So congratulations to her and for doing that. And I can't go on, so I'll leave a link down below because this goes on to tell you all about Dara, which we already did when I did my reaction to her as well. But then we come over here and they actually had some separate awards that I wanted to go through. And I always get fascinated that we get to see these award winners from other countries. So, as we await the results of the grand finale Eurovision Song Contest 2026, there are 3 other trophies to hand out in the 2026 Marcel Bezenkon Awards. The annual Marcel Bezenkon Awards happen in Vienna in the evening of Saturday, 16 May, with 3 awards up for grabs this year at the Eurovision Song Contest finalists. Since its inaugural event in 2002, the Marcel Awards, named after the creator of the Eurovision Song Contest, are handed out each year to 3 winners, and the awards were dished out in the media center just prior to Saturday night's show by Christopher Bjorkman. And Christopher Bjorkman announced this year's Marcel Award winner. So the media award, voted on by the accredited media, was awarded to Delta Goodrem, Australia, who is representing Australia with her song Eclipse. And you have the artistic award, which was given to the best artist performance as voted on by the commentators from each participating broadcaster. And that was given to Bulgaria's Dara, who's performing with her country with the song Bangarang. And then for VR went on to win the Composer Award, which was represented to the entries team of composers and voted on by all the participating composers of the year's contest. This year, the award was presented to Clara Sophie Fabricius, Soren Torpengard Lund, Thomas Malstrep, Vladimir Litor Bendixen, and together they wrote For Vi Garhim, performed by Soren Torpengard Lund and representing Denmark, which was actually a really good performance. I thought the dude crushed on stage. The Eurovision Song Contest would like to salute all this year's winners and their achievements, which I thought was very, very phenomenal. But yeah, I want to get you guys' comments on it. Again, I thought Delta stole the show for sure. She had one of the best performances on both the semifinals and the finals, and I thought she did a phenomenal job, and I'm super, super stoked to see Choke Me up there in the top 3, as well as Israel, as they were some of my favorites. But we had some, you know, phenomenal results, and I've said it like through almost every single one of my reactions of the all-star lineup that we got to see, because most of these contestants have won like either like a voice or some kind of like idol show or some kind of singing show, or there have been actresses and actors or well-known established singers in their communities and in their countries who have multiple accolades, like, you know, platinum awards and #1 best-selling songs and this, that, and the other. So I've been absolutely fascinated, and I am not mad at any of the results that we saw today, but I will be completely honest, I'm a little shocked, but not surprised that Bulgaria took #1, because I did not see that coming. And then, you know, given the chats we've had in my Discord and everywhere else, it seemed a lot of you did not see that coming as well, but are also okay with this, because I mean, again, so many of these songs were absolutely fantastic, and I know a lot of people didn't think that that was going to be the case, and we're like, oh, this seems like kind of a dead year. And I was like, well, maybe you're not paying attention, but given seeing the finale and the live performances, I thought it was all fantastic. So I want everybody, leave me those comments. Who were your favorites? Do you agree with the results? And I mean, the judges and the popular vote were in line. We're in tune this time, so there's no arguing that she absolutely won and deserves it. So congratulations. And next year, I'm looking forward to Eurovision 2027 in Bulgaria. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. But also, if you haven't heard yet, there's going to be a new Eurovision that's going to be debuted, and it is going to be Eurovision Asia. the world's most iconic music competition is coming to Asia. So they gave this little snippet of it during the show on the finale. I hope you guys got to watch it. It's going to be hosted in Bangkok this year. Bangkok, Thailand, Saturday, 14th November 2026. From national selection shows across Asia to live grand finale in Bangkok, packed with light, sound, and unstoppable energy. This is where the region comes together. The European Broadcast Union and Volkswagen, together with S20 Productions, are excited to announce the Eurovision Song Contest Asia that will debut in 2006, with Bangkok selected as the host city for its inaugural edition. The contest will be broadcast in partnership with Thailand's Channel 3 and broadcasters from 10 countries across Asia confirmed, with more to be announced in coming months. Each will bring their own voice, identity, and storytelling to the stage. And so far, they got the participating countries as of today are Bangladesh, Bhutan, Cambodia, Laos, Malaysia, Nepal, the Philippines, South Korea, Thailand, and Vietnam, with more to follow. And we'll check out the official Eurovision Song Contest Asia website, which we have here, and it's actually labeled eurovisionasia.com here, and you see they have the website ready to go. So Asia, are you ready? The world's most iconic music competition is coming to Asia, and it's about to get louder, bolder, and bigger than ever, as we know this, and it's going to be absolutely fantastic. So you can head over to those and see who's going to be in it and do it and all the things. I'm going to go ahead and hit it on this channel. So if you know what, you guys know me, I already have a handful of like different rock songs from Korea, Asia, Japan, and all these other countries in there. So I'm absolutely fascinated to see Eurovision Asia come around. But again, leave me those comments. What do you guys think about that? Are you excited for a different Eurovision in a different country? I mean, are you excited to see the Asian countries? I kind of am, because I have some on this channel, and I'm curious to see how much K-pop is going to be out there. And all the other songs, and what kind of flavor we're going to get. It's going to be so unique and so different compared to Eurovision, and just seeing the different cultures, and now bringing a new aspect of music into this contest, into a different country. And I'm actually really, really excited about it. It's going to be fascinating. So let me know what you guys think about that one. Stay tuned to the channel, because I'm going to do it. It's going to be the first one. I'm curious, and I'm going to jump into Eurovision Asia. So stand by for that one as we do it. But everybody, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the Eurovision Song Contest, the finale. Thank you so much for the support and coming over to this channel. Leave me all those comments as we do, and we're going to be doing it again next year. One last time, congratulations to Dara with her song Bangarang, as we get to see Eurovision next year in Bulgaria, and waiting for the fall for it to be in Asia, and it's going to be all here in this channel, so stick around for that. Everybody, enjoy the rest of your day, and until next time, keep on rocking.